Let's talk about Spanish voice prompts. And you say, why are we doing Spanish voice prompts at GM Voices? Well, it really began almost 20 years ago. We were producing the pre-recorded voices that are used on technology, typically for the technology providers, and they would sell through resellers or direct to end users. And in the early days, it was all English, and then they came and said, hey, we've got a customer that needs Spanish. Can you do Spanish prompts for us? And we said, yeah, sure. So we hung up the phone and said, hey, we got to find somebody that speaks Spanish. And so we did, and ultimately grew a number of voice actors that speak Spanish, because there's different types of Spanish. You know, there's really 13 types of Spanish, depending on where you're talking about, you know, geographically in the U.S. and other parts of the world. But ultimately in the U.S., what we end up doing is we've developed what we call a neutral Spanish. It's not, you know, Florida Cuban Spanish, and it's not Mexican, you know, Southern California Spanish, but it's kind of a mix between the two. And you know, it's not perfect for each audience, but it works very effectively. And most companies that we provide Spanish for, that's being used in this country, use it very effectively. And we have a number of different voices. The same principles apply from a branding standpoint as apply in the U.S. English work that we do. So ultimately, the real key is, if you're selling products and services to the Spanish community, you really got to talk their language. And with the voice automation, we can ensure that all your voice prompts and your applications are consistent with your brand and sound crisp, professional, and believable and sincere. And that's going to help you develop a tighter relationship with your customers. If you ever have any questions or would like to talk in more detail about it, please, you know, just give us a call.